If you're thinking about selling your home, one of the biggest decisions you'll face is how much preparation to do before going on the market. Should you stage, declutter? Is it really worth the time, effort, and expense? These are questions we hear every single week from homeowners across the Austin area. Preparation can be the difference between a home that sits and a home that sells quickly with strong offers. We don't just talk about real estate in theory. We're out there every day helping real people prepare their homes, navigate transitions, and move into those next phases of their lives. Today, we're sharing what actually happens behind the scenes when we stage vacant homes and guide homeowners through getting market ready.
We're not just talking about pretty pillows and fresh flowers, although that's nice. We're talking about strategic preparation that impacts buyer perception, showing activity, time on the market, and ultimately the price a home sells for. We'll share real stories of vacant homes that transformed once staged, and one of our favorite experiences helping a homeowner declutter years of belongings so she can move closer to her grandkids. If you plan to sell in Austin or anywhere in the Central Texas area, this video will help you get a clear picture of what actually makes homes stand out in today's market.
So a lot of sellers assume an empty home will show better because it looks clean, neutral, and ready for a buyer to move just right in. What actually happens is almost the opposite. They don't see potential first. They see all the flaws. Every scuff on the floor stands out. Small imperfections that would normally blend into a furnished room suddenly become the focal points. Without furniture, rooms often feel smaller because buyers lose their sense of scale. Another major issue is empty homes feel cold, literally and emotionally. Sounds echo, there's no warmth, no softness, no visual cues telling the buyer how the space is meant to be used. Many buyers struggle to imagine where the sofa would go, where the dining table will fit, or how a large open room should actually function. Instead of picturing their future there, they feel pretty uncertain, and uncertainty rarely leads to offers.
Right. There's also a psychological component that people don't always think about. Buyers aren't just evaluating square footage, they're imagining their daily life. Where will they relax at night? Where will they host the holidays? Where will the kids do their homework? When a home is empty, those lifestyle cues are missing. We've had buyers walk through a vacant home and say it feels smaller than another home that's the exact same square footage, same floor plan, that was furnished. Nothing structural was different, just presentation. A staged home tells a story. It shows how the space worked, how it flows, and how comfortable life could be if they were there. That emotional connection is powerful, and without it, even beautiful homes can struggle to stand out.
Biggest misconceptions is that staging is decorating. It's not. Staging is actually marketing. Every piece of furniture is chosen to highlight a home's strengths and downplay its weaknesses, which is often the most important. If a room is narrow, we use furniture that enhances flow. If ceilings are high, we draw the highs upward. If there's an awkward corner, we turn it into a functional space like a reading nook or an office. Staging also helps buyers understand proportion. When they see a king bed in the primary bedroom, they know their furniture will fit. When they see a sectional in the living room, they understand the scale of the space. Without those cues, many buyers underestimate room size and just move on to the next listing.
From a marketing standpoint, staging dramatically improves photography. Photos are your home's first showing. If the images don't stop someone mid-scroll, they may never even schedule an in-person visit. We've relaunched homes after staging with brand new photos and seen immediate changes in activities. More saves, more showings, and more interest from serious buyers. The house didn't change, the presentation did. In a competitive market like Austin, the difference can be everything.
One vacant home we worked on really illustrates this. The owners had already relocated, so the house was completely empty. Structurally, it was pretty fantastic. Great layout, updated finishes, desirable neighborhood. On paper, it should have sold quickly, but showings were slow. Feedback was, lukewarm, nothing special. Buyers kept saying, nice home, but it feels cold. We're just not sure how we'd use the space. That uncertainty translated into that hesitation. We recommended staging. Once furnished, the transformation was pretty dramatic. The living room became inviting. The dining area felt like a place to gather. The primary suite looked like a retreat instead of a large empty room.
So we also updated the photos, reintroduced the listing to the market. The difference in response was immediate. Showings picked up, buyers stayed longer during the tours, and conversations shifted from maybe to we can see ourselves here. So not long after that, we received a strong offer. Nothing about the property itself changed, no renovations, no price drop, just presentation. That experience reinforced what we already knew. Buyers don't purchase empty square footage. They purchase a vision for their future life.
Preparing an occupied home, it's a completely different challenge. When sellers are still living in the property, we're not just staging a house, we're helping people edit their daily lives while they're still in full motion. Decluttering is often the biggest hurdle. Over time, every home accumulates more furniture, decor, paperwork, personal items than we realize. Our job is to help create space, light, and neutrality so buyers can focus on the home itself rather than the belongings inside. We guide sellers room by room, what should stay, what should be packed up early, what could be donated, and what might be just moved to storage. The goal is not to erase personality, it's to create a universally appealing environment that feels clean, spacious, and move-in ready.
We also address deferred maintenance that homeowners may not have noticed because they see it every day. Touch-up paint, lighting updates, minor repairs, deep cleaning. These details may seem small individually, but together they significantly affect a buyer's perception. When buyers walk into a well-prepared home, they assume that the property has been cared for. That confidence often leads to stronger offers and smoother negotiations. Preparation isn't just cosmetic, it builds trust.
Most meaningful experiences that we've had was helping a homeowner prepare to move closer to her grandkids. She had lived in her home for decades, and every room held memories, family photos, heirlooms, furniture collected over the years. The house was beautiful, but very, very full, and the idea of sorting through everything felt very overwhelming to her. Instead of trying to tackle everything at once, we created a step-by-step plan, one room at a time, one category at a time. Keep, donate, pack. We connected her with resources when needed and supported her through the process.
What was remarkable was how her mindset shifted as the home began to open up. At first, the process felt like letting go, but gradually it became more about moving towards something new, more time with family, a home better suited for her next chapter, and the excitement of being close to the people she loved most. By the time the home was ready for photos and showing, it felt lighter, brighter, and more welcoming. Buyers could immediately see the potential, and the property attracted strong interest. But beyond the sale itself, it was incredibly rewarding to help someone transition into a life stage she was genuinely excited about.
Whether a home is vacant or occupied, preparation is one of the most powerful tools a seller has. It affects how buyers perceive the property, how quickly it sells, and often how much it sells for.
So our goal is always to make that process as smooth and strategic as possible so sellers feel supported every step of the way.
So if you're thinking about selling in the Austin area and want personalized guidance on preparing your home, we would love to help.
And if you found this video helpful, subscribe to Austin Home Guide for more insights on buying, selling, and living in Central Texas.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.
Sunrise on the Rio Grande, fields of green and gold.